Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is August 28th, 2026. We're looking at Proverbs 28 and verse 2. Proverbs 28 and verse 2 says this: When a land is in rebellion, it has many rulers. But with a discerning and knowledgeable person, it endures. And that wasn't what I was intending to read, but that's clearly what we're talking about today, because that's exactly where I originally started, and then I thought, nope, I need to read something different. So, we're going to talk about verse 2. When a land is in rebellion, it has many rulers, but a discerning and knowledgeable person, it endures. This is clearly talking about a nation, right? Or a city, or a township, or whatever it might be. But it can also be talking about a people group. When people are in rebellion, you'll find many rulers, many different factions, many different ways that people agree that things have to be done, but nobody actually agrees. A land in rebellion has many rulers. That rebellion can be rebellion against a central authority, central government, a king, or it could be against a creator, a god, a deity, whatever structure there should be. There is rebellion against that. There's dissension, and factions rise up. But with a discerning and knowledgeable person, it endures. Paul said that he fully expected that there needed to be differences within the church. Otherwise, how would people know who was the pastor and who were the deacons and who were the elders and who were the people that were just coming in and growing up? Those are my words, obviously. That's not exactly how Paul said it, but that's what he was referencing. Solomon says there needs to be differences, but with a knowledgeable, discerning, wise person to rally that all up, it will survive. Guys, we have this within the Christian church. How many hundreds of denominations and speculations, because I don't really want to call them denominations, how many speculations of the right way to do Christianity are there? But with a wise and knowledgeable person, it'll endure. There are many churches who understand that we are all part of the body of Christ. There is one head, that's Jesus Christ as Lord. And each congregation, community, however you want to call it, has a shepherd, a pastor. And that shepherd should be wise and knowledgeable and causing people to recognize the differences, but encouraging the similarities. Now, don't get me wrong. I will never encourage my congregation to follow the rules of Mormonism. They want to say they're followers of Jesus Christ, but they are not following Christ, right? And I could point out all of the reasons why I believe that. That's not what this is about today. What I can say is they understand that there is a God, and we can address them there. I interact with Muslims, atheists. I have recently had the opportunity to interact with spiritualists who call themselves Wiccan a lot, and I don't need to break them down. What I need is to be firm in what is true. And when they bring something out, point out once why that doesn't work for me. They can have their opinion, and I can then say, I understand what you're saying. I've looked at that as well, and I've determined that not to be correct, and so my mind won't be changed. They are arguing because they are stuck, and they want to be able to prove something. They want to be absolutely firm on what they believe. They want what I've got. And over time, realizing that they want what I've got, they can't have it with what they've got. Because what I've got, I rejected what they had. And so we can have real conversations. See, wisdom and knowledge from a shepherd isn't about going out and addressing someone else's wrongs. It's about addressing what's right in me. Somebody says there are so many so-called Christians that talk about him and say they follow him, but their actions against other people and races don't coincide with Jesus' teachings. And I'm going to say you are correct. That is a generalization that needs to be examined in the proper way, because you also have to then, if you say that, examine how Jesus dealt with other people. And that's a conversation for another day. So here's the thing, guys. The land is in rebellion. It's going to have a lot of different opinions. It's only with a knowledgeable and discerning person that it can endure. You out there, you have the opportunity to get to know what the Bible actually says, not what some denomination says. And then gather together with others who follow the Bible, and then spend your time building up the body of Christ, not trying to tear it down and create factions. As a pastor, I tell people all the time, I want you to go to church, and I don't care what church you go to. I'd love you to come to ours, but I don't care where you go. You just need to be in community. And I help them find a church that they'll fit into. Because if you look at me, I'm not for everybody. Our church is not for everybody. I dress this way when I preach. I look like this when I preach. I ride a Harley. I am out in the streets. I interact with people on a daily basis who are coarse and crass, and I can speak their language, and I'm not afraid of it. That's not comfortable for other people. I understand that. But I can help them find the place where they can grow. And that, I think, is more important than anything else. Is your land in rebellion? Find a discerning and knowledgeable person. Follow them. I love you all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.